It's been a while, huh? Hello, everybody. I am the host with the platform most, Troy here. We're back at it. Sorry it's been a bit since I uploaded the video. Life's been crazy with family stuff and all that good stuff here. If you've been following me, you know what's been going on. Don't want to necessarily dive too much into it, but we're here. Talking more about that Switch 2 here. If you guys haven't heard, yesterday, at the time of this recording of April 25th, yesterday, pre-orders were available for the Switch 2 for the US and Canada, and it was pretty big. A lot of people, I've been hearing a lot of mixed things. I personally didn't try to get a Switch 2 because unfortunately I'm just not in the financial place right now. Currently doesn't start a new job till next month, so I'm just not able to fork out the money to buy a system here. I'm gonna try my luck around July when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, but we will see where we go from there. But if you like the content, if you like the videos that we have here, make sure to hit that sub to the channel. It does mean a lot. Hit that bell for notification, all the good stuff here, and also follow me on my socials of T_Roy Jenkins on all social media here. But yeah, so one of the things I find very fascinating about the Switch 2 launch, I've been hearing like just mixed things of this, like people were having a hard time getting the system online. Some people were able to get it easy breezy. Some people just went to the store and just pre-ordered it there. So it's just like, it seems like the experience has kind of been very up and down depending on who you ask, but it seemed to be overall a success because Matt Pisapella, who I do follow for like all the like kind of the numbers of sales and stuff for video games, kind of have stay because apparently like the Nintendo Switch 2 launch is on track to be the biggest launch for any console in the US or like in history. Like I think it's on pace to pass the PS5 and PS4 on that end, which I'm not surprised on that end. Like, so all the debate, like it's just funny because I have seen this on like Twitter, Blue Sky, and all this stuff. Like people like, since the Switch 2 was announced, like a lot of people are like, this is giving me Wii U vibes, and like this might be another Wii U situation. Which I'm like, first of all, I'm like, were you guys there for the Wii U? Like that just like feels like clickbait, trying to get a reaction out of people's social medias and stuff. It's like, I don't think you were there for the Wii U, because one, the Wii U's was already having trouble right from the get-go from just the marketing and communication. Like, even was it like a new console or an add-on to the Wii? Like, the Wii U is a whole other can of worms. I knew the Switch 2 wasn't gonna have that. I knew the Switch 2 had an uphill battle because of the Pandora's box it opened, particularly with you know, the $80 games that is like Mario Kart World and stuff like that. And that still has to be addressed in some way. But apparently that's not stopping people. People want this thing. People want the Switch 2, and I'm not surprised. Like, I always have said this. I think $450 for the console has seemed reasonably priced for what we're actually getting. It's actually seeming to be a very powerful handheld device. And like, I wish it was $400. I wish they were able to find a way to make it $400. But for what we're able to getting with this system, I'm pretty happy with $450. And it's everything that I personally want from a Switch follow-up. Like, it's seeming to be trying to get itself future-proof to at least, like, you know, it's not going to face what the Switch had, like, by, like, year 3 or 4. Like, it was already facing, like, third-party issues of just power. Like, it just couldn't compete unless you're, like, first party. And even then, like, the first-party quality has really diminished in the past few years. Of like quality control, just because I think like they're just pushing the system to its absolute limit on that. So it's just like people just want a new system, because as much as like people like to think like Nintendo isn't like a big player, they have the biggest system on the market right now. The Switch, I think it's like at 140 million. I know it's now like the third best selling console behind the PS2 and DS, and I think it's not that far from the DS, so I think it's around 150 if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments and on that stuff here, but like the Switch is a big success. Like, it did bigger numbers than the PS5. I mean, the PS4. It's weird to compare to PS5 because the PS5 came out later, but like it's the console that people still like most people have in their households. Like, it is kind of like, I don't want to say a lot of people's go-to systems, but it is a system that is in the majority of households when it comes to video games. So I feel like when people heard about the Switch 2, like, there's probably a lot of people that's like, you know, not like me, or not like you watching this video, like more just like casual gamers, or like casual people who literally just kind of take bits and pieces and just saw that there was a new Switch coming out and are like, oh, this looks neat, and just like, you know, probably pre-order it or planning to buy it here. Granted, I do think the tariff situation is going to play a big factor, and like just the future down the line, that's where I think where more of the issue of this console is going to have regarding that. And I always had said that, like, I think it's going to have a really big launch. I think it's going to have a big launch year. Like, I think, like, from when it launches in June to, like, the holiday season, I think this is going to sell out like hotcakes. Like, this is going to be an in-demand system. Like, it's not going to be another Wii U. Like, it's going to do really well. It's just, when we're at this time next year, where are we at looking at, like, when the hype is kind of died down a bit, where, like, you know, it's no longer the new thing around the block. Like, what does it look like there? Like, how does it, like, are people still going to try to rush out to get it by that point? And also, will the tariffs actually affect it? Because again, like, it was, I believe, announced like last week, if I'm not mistaken, that like video game consoles are not exempt from the tariffs in China, where still a good chunk of these systems are being manufactured. So it's just one of those things, like, will we have potentially a price increase due to that in the future? I'm hoping that's not the case, but that is a possibility here, and it has happened in other countries, particularly like other like Sony and Microsoft are doing it. Particularly Sony, like, already in the PS5 like generation, we have already like multiple price increases in other countries just because of the economic situation that's just going on globally, which is just insane to think about. Like, we are now just getting price increases, not price cuts, for systems that been on the market for practically almost 5 years. So it's just, it's a really weird time that we're in right now, that I could see this being a hot commodity because of the 450 price tag, that it could potentially go up this time next year if things kind of stay the way, like, if the, you know, things go with like the tariffs and all that stuff here. But again, that's all, like, that could always change, but that's just a future here. So I could see that being the reason why this console is in demand, and why it's probably going to have a big launch and a big launch season, like window and holiday season. I'm just very curious on like the supply chain, you know, where we're going to be this time next year, like where we're at. Like, if it's still at 450, is it potentially higher? We'll see on that end here. But overall, like, I'm not shocked that the Switch 2 is doing crazy. I mean, again, like, people, it's like vote with your wallet type stuff. Like, that's like one of the things, like, I always have to kind of tell myself, and I try to like tell other people, like, when you see stuff like this online, like, you got to keep in mind it's a very small niche community. Don't get me wrong, it could be a very vocal, and it can be a somewhat big community, but it's not unfortunately what the people, like the general public as a whole, think about this system. It was making headline news, don't get me wrong, like, just like, oh yeah, like $80 game. And again, that's a whole other conversation. And I'm not saying the Switch 2 is immune from criticism. Far from it. Like, there's still a lot of valid criticism for the system, particularly more with the games and just the communication of the PR and marketing for this thing. Like, what, I don't know what happened with Nintendo with the marketing, but it's just been really bad. Like, just informing us of just basic information that we're finally now getting. But it's just like, this should have been when you would reveal the console. But I digress. But are you guys surprised that the Switch 2's launch, or pre-orders are still massive? Like, are you not surprised? Let me know in the comments here. Did you get a Switch 2 pre-order? I would love to hear it in the comments as well. And if you guys like the content, again, please definitely give me drop a sub to the channel, hit that bell for notification here. I do stream here on YouTube and over on Twitch under T_Roy Jenkins. We are currently going through the Doom games leading up to Doom the Dark Ages, which is one of my most anticipated titles of this year. Very excited. We just completed Doom 93 last night. We're going to be doing Doom 2 this weekend, going to Doom 64, and then Doom 2016 to do Eternal. So definitely come on for that end here. And before we end off, I do want to just give a recommendation. So I did play, I played this little gem last night. So there's this game, and it blows my mind that I didn't get to play this. Excuse me. I heard about this game for quite some time. I heard about this game for quite some time here. I heard about this game for quite some time because it's been one of those games that like been in Xbox showcases and stuff like that here. But let's just get to it here. But this game called Exhibition 33 here, and I played the first 2 hours last night. Oh, I muted this here. Sorry.
Everyone.
And I kept on saying it, but this launch trailer really got me so intrigued. Like, I love the art style of this game. Like, this game speaks to me so much. Like, after playing like Metaphor ReFantazio, the Like a Dragon RPG games, the Kingdom Hearts, the Final Fantasy game, like the particularly more modern Final Fantasy games, like I have become more of a sucker of turn-based games as of late, thanks to Yakuza Like a Dragon earlier this decade. So, and finally seeing this launch trailer and seeing gameplay of it, I was like, this looks right up my alley. Like, I'm like, and this, like, the art style, like, look how beautiful this game looks. Like, my God. I was like, I need to play this. I need to play this. And I am so happy it's on Game Pass. I know a lot of people have been talking about the Oblivion remaster, which it's pretty cool. I played about an hour of that. I've never been a Bethesda guy, so I knew it's not going to win me over. But my God, look at those numbers, man. Those numbers go high. I love everything about this game. I played the first 2 hours. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to play more. I want to give this some recommendation because this game looks phenomenal. I want this game to succeed because I feel like games like this need the freaking like hype and like the word of mouth to like really succeed, because I want to see more games like this, like original IPs that really go for the fences, that really are, trying to do their own thing, like that isn't like based on another IP and stuff like that here. I really am very excited on that end. So definitely, if you want a recommendation for the weekend, I definitely recommend Exhibition 33. It's on PS5, Xbox Series S and S, and is on PC, and it also is on Game Pass. That's how I'm playing it here. So definitely give it some love if you haven't already here. But yeah, thank you guys again. Thank you guys again for watching the video, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Again, hit the sub button if you haven't already. Stop by the streams on Twitch or YouTube, T_Roy Jenkins. Until next time, y'all, love y'all, peace.